And finally, the Nigerian currency, Naira, continues its free fall. The latest drop in its value is due to some Nigerians and corporate entities opting to save their fortunes in dollars as a preferred store of value. As such, the Naira now exchanges for, wait for this, 565 Naira or 567 Naira to a dollar, raising fears that it may exchange for 1,000 Naira to a dollar before the end of this year. Disaster.
It's not a funny. It's not a funny story at all.
You know, when this current CBN governor got to the office, he met it at 165.
Yes,
so that should be a measure to Mr. Emefiele. From 165, look at where we are today.
And you don't seem to have a solution.
It's about 350% increase now.
Yes, you don't seem to have a solution. You see, sometimes when we talk about these things, people, it's not simply the president that we are even talking about. Because a president appoints the people to work with him. Now, if they don't deliver, you just need to show them the door. It's as simple as that. I've said it repeatedly that the president doesn't appear to give his appointees KPI, Key Performance Index. Because if you sit, if the president were to give Emefiele KPI now, and he reviews his KPI from time to time, as it is done elsewhere. He has been bank MD now.
Yes, sir. Are you also?
No, Zenith.
Okay.
So he knows what it is like. Now, if he were to sit in front of the president and say, "Oh, how now? Welcome. I want to do your KPI now," and you move from item 1 to item 7, how are you going to score him? How are you going to score him? You start from the value of our currency, the way he has managed the value of our currency. What will you score him there? Because before our eyes, this currency has depreciated to a record level
of almost 400%.
Somebody's talking about 1,000
6 years
before the end of the year.
Yes.
What are we doing? You come out with policies, your methods are not working. Ideally, you should have resigned. But this is Nigeria. To get people to resign from work, even when they are not performing, it's extremely difficult.
It seldom happens in Nigeria. And the leadership,
for Nigerians to begin, a new set of Nigerians will actually begin to work this country before we see a situation in which a Nigerian, convinced in his heart that he has failed, will take the decision to say, "Gentlemen,
I bow out.
No more.
It's time to go home."
Yes. A boxer.
That's what
when he's being pounded by the opponent, he gets a point. He says, "Look, I'm going." Roberto Duran was fighting and he said, "No más, no more." That's what it means in Spanish. No más, no more. We say it's not interested anymore. Yes, now. So in this case, your methods are not working. You say, "Okay, you've taken this decision. We backed you. You said you were going to stop the BDCs, the BDCs they were to blame. We supported you."
And yes, 3 weeks after.
Now, 3 weeks after, the free fall. So what are we talking about?
This same Emefiele, there was a time, at least for those people that, we use dollar constantly, as in, it was hovering between 350 and 360. For some years.
Well, I think basically whenever any other.
So how when you look at to stabilize it, and
when you look at Nigeria's finances, I think it's consistency of policy matters. If you say that it has come to 365, and suddenly something happens, and the value our oil export has not reduced. The value of the oil in the international market, because these are the benchmark you use, has gone to 60. It's now hovering between $65 and $70. Naturally, that is the 90% of the money we make. Then you expect that there will be enough dollar to fund this particular thing. But at this particular point in time, you also sack about the Bureau de Change operator. You said that they are corrupt. Now, it is that particular point in time that the value of the Naira keep on falling down, which means there is something inherently wrong with the system that the central bank governor is reaching, or there are some principalities or powers within the financial sectors are so powerful enough as to undermine the policies of the Central Bank of Nigeria. If they are so powerful or too powerful than the Central Bank of Nigeria, the best thing for the governor to do is to throw in the towel and go and tell the president that at this point in time, we have some powers that are more powerful than me. I cannot maintain Nigeria.
My best is not good enough.
It
doesn't even need a long story. It doesn't need a long story. Mr. President, thank you for giving me the opportunity. You came in, you retained me, but my best has not been good enough. I've let my countrymen and women down. I want to go.
Can't we just make an exception in this country? Can't we have some people that will make an exception?
What is not easy there?
What is not easy? Can't we make an exception in this country?
People, you don't have the blood running in your...
No, but there are some Nigerians who will throw in the towel. There are some Nigerians. We still have some principled Nigerians. It's just that it is not really common.
It's not common.
But there are people who will still get to a system, and when they see that this system is not working for them, they will even walk up to the boss and say, "Oga, I can't continue." But you know, there is something that I've been saying here. And I'm sure Nigerians who watch me a lot will remember. I said this hunger for the dollar.
That's what I was about asking you.
Appetite for the dollar.
Some Nigerians are corporate entities. Right now,
I'm going somewhere. I'm saying that this dollar, the hunger for the dollar, is not a function of demand, supply, or even production. It's just is one of the effects of the corruption within our system. I've said it many times that people collect bribes in Naira. Huge chunk of this in Naira, they now want to store it in dollar form so that it can retain the value. They are the ones who are, if you read the Daily Trust story today, that's what they are saying, that some Nigerians, they are stockpiling dollars. They bribe them with hefty sums of money in Naira. They now quickly go and convert it to dollars so that they can keep
bribe delegates.
Dollars now, yes. Because they are
stockpiling the thing. The Naira that they've been bribed, they are converting that Naira to dollars.
And that is a pressure.
They will always have demand for the dollar. This is not, if we can fix corruption, honestly, there are some drastic steps that the president can take. This nonsense will stop. People changing the currency, for example.
I have Okudili. Thank you for joining us, Okudili.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to ask. There's a question I want to ask. Most times, we are quick to talk about MFPL. Yes, I know he's not doing well. But can I ask, do we have a finance minister? That's just the question I want to ask. Because for the first time,
thank you.
This is the first time I've seen a finance minister that is anonymous. Don't we have a finance minister?
You are right.
Yes.
But you know, they have their different roles. If we are talking about how we are piling on debts, like a drunken sailor,
in Nigeria,
we are going to talk about the Minister of Finance,
who said we are going to see borrow more.
But in terms of our monetary policy, that is the man that is in charge. You see him when he was going to take that big decision against the BDCs. It wasn't the finance minister that took the decision. He was the one who addressed us to say, look, we are going to do this. Like for a few days, we thought that thing was working. Now we are being told that SMEs, a lot of them go to the BDCs. They are the ones that provide them with dollars.
And we should not make any attempt to even reduce this thing to...
Even the bankers that is pinning his hope on, a lot of them are crooked. They are doing dirty deals. They have their own Bureau de Change operators that they go and give the thing to. I said this before that, look, the gap between the official rates and the parallel rate is too wide. If we close the gap, the incentive to simply go and sell dollar that you got through official means, the incentive will simply disappear.
Abato,
that's what we should do.
In this same country, people are collecting house rent in dollars. on the island.
Yes.
This same country in Abuja.
Yes. Not only in Abuja, in Lagos. The moment you get your it's dollars. So not even in Abuja.
Dollars.
You can't try it in another country.
You can't try, yes.
You can't try it in another country.
If you go to some VIP clubs, people spend dollars.
Because number one,
it's an acceptable.
Number one, nobody has.
It's a legal tender.
Nobody has confidence in the Nigerian system. Nobody. I doubt whether there's a patriotic Nigerian again. Because if people get money in bribe and they now convert it into dollars or pound sterling, it means you don't have confidence in the system through which you made that particular money. So when you get your money in Nigeria to build high-rise,
somebody who made money to crooked means.
To crooked means. You make money in Ikoyi and you build house in Ikoyi.
Just to retain the value.
You build house in Ikoyi or Victoria Land and you build it in Nigeria and you are collecting dollar for that particular house. The sand that you got from Ogun State and the cement you got from Dagote, did you get it through dollars? So the point is that there's no Nigerian that is sincere, and unpatriotism is high rise because people don't believe in the system. Everybody believes that.
The way we even enforce our laws. Okay. If you go to South Africa, you can't use the dollar like that. The places where you can spend the dollar is when you go to the duty-free shops, maybe the airport. You can't use the dollar or
outside.
the
But do you not even know that
you cannot even exchange money? You must go to a bureau de change, official one.
Yes.
They will take your passport and then you change the money.
Emeka from Abuja.
Good evening, Babajide.
Good evening, my brother.
My brother, what I want to say is, honestly, this dollar of the team, honestly, is very, very surprising to all of us. Honestly.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that this central bank governor, I don't know whether Buhari really understand that it's good luck that brought that man. It's good luck that brought that man to that CBN.
That's true.
That's number one. Number two, this Minister of Finance, honestly, is not trying. Because when Okonjo-Iweala was there, I remember the time the dollar went to almost 200, but she keep it at that 180, 190. She can do something. Two of them, it's not about the Metelem or the only central bank governor. If the policies they are doing is not good, she can contribute. Honestly, the way this is going, honestly, for example, if time is not taking this dollar.
People are saying 1,000.
I'm not sure they know
God forbid. That's not a good prediction.
People saying God forbid, but you can see the signs. The signs are there.
1,000 naira.
If you don't, if what is the strategy to arrest?
To address it, to stop it from
What
going.
is the strategy? We did 520 and we went back to our 370. If you remember that time.
Are we earning as much as that time now? Because it's also dependent on your level of production and how much dollars you are earning. When you have enough, when you earn enough, there won't be pressure.
You can imagine the kind of
we are taking loans all over the place.
Parents that are paying school fees in dollars outside the country. If a dollar is exchanging for 1,000 naira, how do you want them to cope?
It is the average Nigerian.
Let's even leave those who are abroad, who are going to school abroad. A lot of the things we eat
in Nigeria
and the things that we use to produce what we eat are imported. Go to some of those superstores and see the prices of things.
You're talking about
bread. When they were talking about bread, the price of bread has gone up astronomically. Is because some of the condiments that you need, they are imported. Butter and the rest of them. So that food, it's this dollar high price of high rate of exchange is also affecting even food prices in our country.
You know that master bakers now find it extremely difficult to even be in business.
Yes, because some are holding up already.
If they produce bread, you will buy it.
Do you know how much they are selling cars now? The cars, prices of cars have gone up because they are imported. And even what's it called, buses here that people, the commuters use.
You cannot replace it because there's no money.
The spare parts are so high now because of those things are imported. You don't make those spare parts by yourself.
Thank you.
So it's affecting the ordinary man in various ways.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you. And BQ, thank you for your contribution.